Hey, Jaylen, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you too. How are you?
I'm great. So, Jaylen, we're in the middle of this COVID-19 lockdown. A lot of people are curious. How have you been spending your time? What have you been doing?
I've just been hanging out with my family here in Boston. And eat, play cards, just enjoy each other's presence. We got a book club,
Would you tell us what book you're reading?
The Way of the Superior Man. I work out at home. My grandpa is a former Marine. He did a segment in Vietnam. So he's very disciplined and militant. He wakes me up at about 7:30 every morning. I get to be on the executive committee of a billion-dollar company. We ourselves have formed a union. We split revenue, basketball-related income, 50-50 between players and owners. So pretty much negotiate on the behalf of players. Through licensing, we just try to represent ourselves in the best way. Also being in these conversations, calls with the NBA, the App Silver, is really pretty cool.
First, I want to know, do you wear a mask when you go out?
Absolutely.
Second thing, how do masks work with beards?
They don't work at all. People recognize me still because my beard is came down. They're like, bro, that's a terrible disguise. I'm like, it's not a disguise, it's a mask, and I'm trying to be safe. Back up.
6 feet, no autographs, no. I want to ask you a question I'm very curious about. What do you think about NCAA athletes getting paid starting 2021?
Rewind back 2 years, a few years ago, it was a big deal with a bribery case going on in terms of athletes that were considered illegal. In a matter of 2 years, they changed their mind. It was a crime. Like, people went to jail.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Now they're planning to profit off it. It's just interesting timing. 5 players in like the top 10 in high school basketball chose, instead of going to college to make money for NCAA, they chose to go to the G League, the developmental league. And now, since they see they're losing that revenue, the kids are starting to think differently. Now they want to start making changes. The changes should have been made a long time ago. So I don't think NCAA deserves a pat on the back, to be honest.
I want to ask you about a special article that you wrote, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you. This incredibly thoughtful op-ed piece. I wanted to ask you what motivated you to write it and what should we learn from it?
What motivated me to write it was a heavy heart to see all the people who are losing their lives, and important figures in their family, some that people were dependent on every single day are no longer there with them. So what took the cake was Carl Anthony Towns and his mom. Just imagining myself in his shoes would have been tough. There's no words that really can be said for that loss. I just hope that, in the midst of all this, that people, lean more together and do farther apart.
We know that COVID-19 has been affecting African Americans, people of color, disproportionately in terms of those who have been afflicted and those who've been dying. I mean, the numbers have been staggering.
Some say it's a fluke, or they're in disbelief that the African American community is being affected the most, or some are saying this is not the time to choose colors. But the way, America's been set up over the last 100 years between housing, transportation, incarceration, places where, COVID-19, resides, it draws conversations that people are trying to bury or they don't want to have. It's a lot of things that make people uncomfortable. Just because it doesn't happen in your confinement or in your space doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
For the African American viewers, people who are going to see this, why is that important? to know that information?
Because it could save lives. I think having that information could save lives to people around you, people with underlying issues, which a lot of people of color have in terms of respiratory problems, diabetes, high blood pressure. Getting the right information in early rather than late could be better. When I first got the information that COVID-19 was coming and it was going to be bigger than it was, I alerted my family, I alerted the people around me just to prepare. I sent money to my family to make sure that they were taken care of, they could get groceries, etc., because I didn't want them to necessarily feel some of that pressure that the rest of the world, or try to alleviate it, being in the position that I'm in. By the grace of God, a lot of my family is doing okay right now during this time.
What's your source of information? Like, how do you keep up to date in terms of the news?
The problem is there's too much information actually out there. It's misinformation. It creates confusion. People don't know necessarily what to believe. There's a covidtracker.com. If you're somebody concerned with the social issues and people of color, what the percentages are, so you go to knowyourrightscamp.com.
I too try to follow the news, and my source is Twitter. I follow all the different groups that you mentioned. As soon as that particular news outlet has information on COVID-19, they'll release it and then I'll get to see it. So I have the latest information. And unless something comes out from a doctor on infections and viral diseases, I usually don't listen. So if a psychiatrist is making any claims about COVID-19, a doctor, psychiatrist, I don't pay attention.
So Tsedal, I have a question for you. You're an expert in remote work. What advice do you have for people to stay motivated at home during this time?
For the first time in history, we have the majority of employees and even students working from home or studying from home. You have to be extremely disciplined. You have to wake up at the same time every day, so your grandpa has a point there. You've got to shower, you've got to get dressed, you've got to go to that same place every single day, and you have to start your work day. The second thing is you've got to do everything in your power not to get isolated. This is one of the important things about remote work. So you've got to create connections and contact with people, whether it's the professional ones with classmates or co-workers, or the informal ones, which is related to virtual lunches, virtual get-togethers. Do you get together with your teammates, Jaylen?
Yeah, we have a call every Wednesday with everybody on staff, organization, players and coaches, just to touch base with each other. We have special guests. You were one of them. To come and talk to our team and to administer some information for us. And, just relinquish your time. We're very thankful for that.
That was fun.
We get to do that every Wednesday.
And that's a way for you to get together and to maintain connection, even though you're home and you're not together all the time. So Jaylen, this is all we have. Anything that you want to say that we should make sure we capture?
I want to say that anybody is able to have a platform, whether you think it's big or small, everybody has a voice. I want you guys to continue to be a voice for the voiceless. Continue to help the people who are unhelped and get out into the community and try to support one another. There's a lot of people in our healthcare forces, elderly, and people just in trauma and shock because of where the world is right now.
We might be in this state for the long haul. It might be a while before we find vaccines. Social distancing is going to be important for a long, long time. Helping each other, being present, being community oriented is going to be critical. What a great message to end on. I love talking to you, Jaylen. Hope to see you again really soon.
You will. Same to you.
Take care. Bye.